Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be a quick update video for you guys on stock market, and before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to get my daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and you want to support the channel, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. Welcome back, everybody. So, what we got here in the market today, we got Dow Jones going flat on the day, only up 0.16%. It was down more than half a percent. Nasdaq actually went red, and then what a bounce back here, up 0.98%. S&P same thing, up 0.73% from being down in the morning on the first session, and then this thing recovered, and now it's a green day. Now, Russell going down 0.23%. Here's 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500. So it's a risk on move here in the market. We got technology leading the way on top, healthcare, communication services, energy, consumer cyclical, utilities, real estate, financial, basic materials, and then we have industrials and consumer defensive going red for the day. Stock market map. What do we got here on stock market map? We got Tesla up again 2.27%, and this was really nice. Played puts in the morning and then calls paid both ways. Now Meta up 2.50%, Google up 1.68%, Eli Lilly also going up, and UNH both are up on the day. Amazon flat, Apple flat. We got Microsoft going down slightly 0.31%, and Avgo here going up 5.24%, and Nvidia getting that massive rally. Forget about head and shoulder and all that. Pattern is not playing out. It's up 3.69%. Before we get started, I want to look at some things. I want to look at Nvidia. I want to look at Tesla, and then I'll look at 10-year yield, TNX. We'll look at dollar, and then we'll dive into S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 and all that. And why I want to talk about Nvidia here, because that is a big name. And if you look at my screen, guys, I mean, you can see from this bull flag or wedging pattern or this downtrend, we're getting actually a breakout as we speak right here in this video, up 3.69%. And that is why market could be forming a short-term bottom, and by end of this week we might see a massive rally. So Nvidia comes back, retest 136. That's going to be a buy point as long as the support can hold. And this means one thing, that Nasdaq 100 definitely can move even higher. We saw that move today with Nvidia up $5 on the day almost, and that is a massive move today here on Nvidia stock and getting that breakout. So it was on a downtrend. We had this head and shoulder pattern. We came down, we almost broke the neckline, and now it's bouncing back really hard, catching a lot of bears as this thing getting that big bounce to the upside. So that is something to watch right here on Nvidia stock. Now, talking about Tesla here, that's another one that actually came back today, but I want to look at the monthly time frame right here on Tesla to get a better view of the market and what's happening here in the market. So this is the monthly time frame right here on Tesla stock. And if you look at my screen, I'm going to remove all these so you guys can see it better. So here you go. And Tesla here, I want to talk about this right here on Tesla, that there was no actually retest of this breakout here. We had this monthly, wedging pattern here on Tesla, and it was just about time where we get that breakout. Well, election came, Trump won, and because how Elon Musk is behind Trump, we got that massive explosion to the upside. Now, one thing I want to point out, that upper Bollinger Band here on monthly time frame not fully extended up to 430 and all that. And not only that, guys, we actually never came back. And if you look at my screen, it's trading where? Well, this is where things are getting interesting right here. You can see this thing never came back down to, what is that level? 412, 410. It never actually came down here, and let alone we never came back to retest this breakout, this monthly breakout on a longer time frame. Now, it can take some time. Tesla can go much higher before coming down, but soon or later, we're going to see some sort of a back test of this breakout, and that could be a huge buying opportunity. And that is near what, under 300. So upper Bollinger Band on this monthly time frame not extended fully to the upside. We got this rejection type candle on the monthly time frame. We still have half a month left, or a little bit less than half a month left. So we will see how this actually plays out. So that is a warning signal here from Tesla, but nothing will play out under 412. Now, talking about dollar, I mean, look at this move today. I mean, this thing is up again. And you can see right on my screen, we're trading way outside the Bollinger Band. So that is another thing where, yes, it's looking bullish, it's looking all good. But, if this thing pulls back just a tiny bit, and let me just take this off. I think I got the monthly chart here. So you can see the dollar actually on a breakout, but it's getting a bit frothy and overextended. So we might come back down to like 106.50 here to retest this breakout. But you can see we got actually above this level 108, and now it's trading and holding 108. So dollar also signaling that it might pull back, but don't count on that, because there is a lot of stuff that we don't know happening behind the scenes, and that can play out. It might not play out this month or going into next month before Trump actually goes back into the office, but it can play out. Surely it can play out, and we might see a big blow off top, something like that in the market. But so far, I mean, I'm expecting a little bit of pullback here on dollar, and if that happens, S&P 500 can rise in the short term. Now, TNX, same thing. I want to look at it here, and if you look at it, it's up again, guys. 1.64%, massive rally. So where things can come up to, I mean, this 4.73%, it can happen right here on TNX. So this thing can push a bit higher, but you can see Bollinger Band on top. It's not quite extended up to that level. So yes, we might take a back seat here in the short term, and that could lead to a big center rally in the market. But at the end, this thing is looking really strong, and that is why I want to give you guys, how things can play out. Things are looking good on both sides. Nvidia breaking out, that's a good news for especially Nasdaq 100 and possibly for S&P 500. But on the other hand, some of these ones that are already breaking out, like TNX and dollar, unless they take a back seat, market can take a big dump off. And only if these actually are coming down in the short term, then you're going to see that center rally and possibly a rally to finish up the year. So on triple Q, it's up near 1%. And if you look at my screen, I mean, it was all over the place. 516 came, and what happened, guys? We talked about it in my video that this is a buying opportunity. And as a matter of fact, a lot of people, even in the Patreon section today, my own Patreon, a lot of people are not involved in a trade, and they're just taking, I guess, vacation or just end of the year. A lot of people are celebrating and just having fun and a good time with Christmas and New Year coming. But I get that, but that's not the point. We talked about it in my video, guys. Money comes first. Yes, you can enjoy, but you cannot enjoy without the money. So money comes first, especially for traders like us. We actually wait for these opportunities, and boy, oh boy, calls right here. As I said in my video, that watch out for this 515, 516 level. Took calls, and that actually went to the moon. Not only played cues. This is the first time, after a long time, I played so many things today, and this just exploded. I mean, you can see from 516 got up to almost 523, 24. So massive move right here. Took 520 calls, went in the money, over the money, one DT that's going to expire tomorrow, and got out completely after making that money. Now, if you look at my screen, it's trading over 520 and looks like also over this 5-day moving average, 521.59. So the next step will be right up here. That's going to be 525, and over that 527. And if we can clear all that, it's going to be a V shape just like August 5th, and it can continue even higher. On a pullback, you're line the sand 520, underneath that level 516, and if that gives up, 507.59 on Qs. On DIA, it's flat on the day. Now, this is another play that I took. I took a bit early right here at 427. I took some 430 calls, then added more just before hitting this low down here. Added more, doubling my position, and then taking profit and still holding few runners for more. And you can see we got same thing on Qs, and here on DIA we got a hammer type candle and big bounce at the end, finishing the day. At least if it's not going up, it's green. The calls definitely paid. And now you can see right on my screen, we're actually over 428.35. So it's trading over this 5-day moving average. And if that holds tomorrow, possibly can push up to right here, 432 to 433, and maybe even retest 50-day moving average, which is at 435. To the downside, there will be support right here at 423, your key line in the sand, and underneath that level, you might see a flush all the way down to 416, and then we have this gap at 412. On SPY ETF, it's up 0.60%. So this thing came down also. And if you look at my screen, this was fantastic opportunity, guys. 586, 587. I mean, you cannot get a perfect entry, but you can see that was the second chance. If you missed this dip last week on Friday, well, you had your chance today. I mean, look at this monster run. I played Qs and then DIA did not play this one, but it was fantastic. I mean, 587 hitting the lower band, and you cannot get a better trade setup on these ETFs than hitting the lower band and then picking up a trade to the upside, especially if it's hitting the lower Bollinger Band. Look at the pump here. This, rubber band effect here to the upside. I mean, massive explosion from 587, now 595. So Qs here trading over this 5-day moving average. Also, there will be support at 592.50 underneath that level. 591.65, 590, and then key line in the sand on any pullback. If this thing continues higher and takes out top of this candle, which is at almost 596, in that case, we're heading higher back up to 600 plus again. On IWM, it's down 0.23%. So only thing that is looking bad, it's IWM right here. And you can see, I mean, this thing barely holding onto this lower Bollinger Band. And if this thing gives up like 220 to 219, we might see a flush down to 212.78 to close this gap down here. Now, to the upside, there will be strong resistance right here on IWM 223. Over that, this thing can push up to 225, 227, and then we can talk about more upside, not at this moment, right here on IWM. On VIX is down 8.61%, so it's not even Friday. And what we got here? A lower high and a new low, lower low here. Lower highs and lower lows right here on VIX. We did not actually get that breakout over 20. We did not even get past half of this candle. And from $20, this thing took a back seat. And now you can see it's under 18. So VIX definitely getting crushed, and it's not even Friday. And now looks like if this thing cannot get over 18 to 20, we might be pulling back all the way down to 15. And we all know that that means one thing, that's going to be the center rally to close up this year in the grain, and the market can do that. And we already have seen that today. Even the market was red and then flipped and went back up. So VIX signaling that market might have bottomed here in the short term last Friday, and now things can push higher if this thing remains under 18 to 20 going into next few days before we close out this year. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated